The following changes have occurred over the past 24 hours. Fighting continues in the Konstantinowski area. At the northern coverage in May, the soldiers of the Rus assault squad posted a photo with the installation of their banner on a water tower. Today, the same source showed the enemy being treated with artillery fire and drone strikes. The event took place in the northern part of the same village. If we compare the two videos, then if there are no signs of snowfall in the first one, then a snow coating is visible in the second one. That is, the action with the shelling of the Ukrainian armed forces took place later. The line of collision remains the same. There is still activity in the southern part of Konstantinovka for further promotion in the city. As the offensive continued, the fighters expanded their control zone almost to the bridge, which connects the southwestern and southeastern parts of the city. Drones are resisting in the SSU. To the southwest, the warriors give access to the birch bark and to advance on the opposite side of the Krebenbik reservoir. A little to the southwest, a kamikaze drone operator hit a fortification, inside which the Russian military entered. The controlled area is expanding, taking into account the marked point. The situation of the Russian side is improving in the entire direction. In the Dobropolski direction, the soldiers of the three formations are developing an offensive to the northeast and northwest. In the first pressure vector, during the onslaught, we moved forward from northern Artemovka, where we almost reached the Pavlovka-Novopavlovka section. Thus, there is a process of approaching Druzhkovka. Slightly to the west, the situation improved with the approach of Toretskoye, as well as from the northwest of Oktyabrski. The military is approaching the site of the Golden Well Gorky. There are also changes in the Rosa Luxemburg area to the west. The controlled territory is expanding as it approaches the free and new Donbass. The guards are supported by pilots. In the central part of the 2nd, Fab 500s hit enemy temporary deployment points. Preparations are underway before the assault operations. Slightly to the south, Russian troops are also pushing. They moved forward, where they later entered the southeastern part of the Bitzky district. There is no question of control yet. However, the Russian side is already fighting to dislodge the enemy from another city. Intensive APU processing in Grishino remains in the southern coverage of Dobropol. The infantry is being cleared by gunners and troops of unmanned systems. In this example, the cannon artillery calculation struck the enemy's position. The presence of the Russian side has not yet been recorded in this place nearby. Judging by the presence of snow cover, the event occurred relatively recently. Clarification is being made along the line of contact. In addition, the cover of the Ukrainian armed forces was recorded slightly to the north. There is an active process underway to capture Grishin, as there is a main road connection from Grishin to Dobropol. On the Novopavlovsky sector of the front, the soldiers are also pushing. A Russian assault group of at least 6 people was marching along the Brovka from the west of the Saline River. We were moving forward towards the southwestern outskirts of Novopavlovka. Despite an attempt to neutralize the Ukrainian FPV drone with small arms, the enemy managed to hit one fighter. The infantry unit, without changing its plan, continued to move north. Additionally, geomaterial is added, which confirms 100% that the event occurred there. Considering the above, the control zone is expanding from the south side up to the place of fixation. The fighters widen the formed ledge and also create more opportunities in the operation to liberate a large village. In the Krasnapolski sector of the front, the detachments of the North Group continue to put pressure. To the north of Grabovsky, the enemy erected a support line in the forest belt. First, the gunners and operators processed this fortification. We have prepared the conditions for the assault group. Later, the infantry reached Opornik, where they destroyed the rest of the Ukrainian armed forces in close combat. The promotion to the given event location is added. There is a railway nearby that runs through Krasnopolye. To the south, in the area of Resnov, there is still high activity to reduce the enemy's combat potential. Aviation is also providing support in this area. In the central part of the AFU checkpoint, funds were being unloaded to their temporary location. Units of the Ukrainian 119th TRO Brigade are responsible for the defense of this area. The operators of the 34th Brigade partially destroyed it with a kamikaze drone. Aviation joined in for complete destruction. The pilots delivered an accurate aerial bomb attack. Objective control was shown, where, in addition to the building, freight transport was also eliminated. Later, the Russian side showed another defeat of the enemy, where one bomb struck the same blow that was shown in the previous video. I also arrived at the new school, which the Ukrainian armed forces used for their military needs. The operator also showed the consequences of the defeat. Intensive work on the Ukrainian armed forces is being recorded in this village and in its surroundings. At least 4 events were recorded. A division of the Zapad group is developing an offensive in the Krasnolman direction. In the Alexandrovka area, the soldiers actively advanced into the forest area, where they practically approached the southeastern outskirts of the village. To the south, from the side of the previously captured Yolochny railway station, the fighters pushed the enemy in a westerly and southern direction. We halved the distance to Sosnovi and approached the administrative border of Yarovaya. On the approaches to the northeastern part of the settlement, the fighters also broke through the Ukrainian defenses and reached that part of the border of this urban-type settlement. In the east, the Ukrainian side continues to transfer reinforcements to the headquarters. There are battles at the western and eastern outskirts of the village. There are changes in Yara stumps. The warriors have expanded their control area. They are making their way to the northern edge of the Krasny estuary. There is a support area in the form of a farm. There is also a workflow going on south of this city. In the area of Dobrova, the guards expanded the controlled territory further north in the village itself. Southeast of Velichevka, the warriors owned a support area and closed the issue with the resulting pocket. A systematic process is underway on the northern side of the Seversky Donets River. To the south, a transition is being made to a color scheme for information, taking into account the height difference. South of Zakotny, the soldiers of the Third Army knocked out the enemy from behind Tvershka Gulch during the onslaught. As you can see from the map, such natural depressions are located in the lowlands. The fighters are approaching the logistics hub of the field roads. Further south, the guards improved their position on higher ground and on the slope of a large ravine as they continued their offensive. Russian combat groups have created a pocket between the places of advance. In the eastern half of Roznikovka, due to the loss of control over the higher ground to the north, it became more difficult for the enemy to hold positions. From there, artillery fire can be adjusted in any weather. The fighting continues.